There's the shot, it's another one! David Smith, 2 goals in 90 seconds. Nigel Strick, the hero of the first half, picks the ball out of the net again, and Villa are in deep trouble.
Good ball too, and Gallagher got free again. Oh, what a goal! Two in the space of a minute for Kevin Gallagher.
Salaka on the Coventry left. Great goal. Dion Dublin. Classic header. No more than Coventry deserve. They've been knocking at the door, and now they've found the way through.
It goes towards Best. It's 1-0 to Coventry. The man in the mask has broken the deadlock.
Jamie Allen threads the ball through. Fantastic finish from Matty Gordon. Barely 90 seconds gone.
Very good evening and welcome to Sky Blue Fans TV. What a weekend it's been for goals. Plenty of goals for the Sky Blues yesterday. Plenty of goals for Liverpool today as well. I noticed on the telly. But anyway, we're here to talk about the Sky Blues. 4-0 yesterday against Huddersfield. 4 goals away from home. Fantastic performance from the Sky Blues. We've got guests Vicky and Claudio and... Also, Miles is coming on as well, by the way. Yeah, he's with us as well. We've had a fantastic day up at the Two-Tone Village today as well. So we'll go into more of that a bit later on in the show. And we've got a few other bits and bobs for you as well. Competition as well to win 2 tickets as well. So we'll go into that as well for you. Let's bring it in Victoria. Good evening, Victoria.
Good evening, Ken. You well?
How are we? How's your voice after yesterday?
Bit hoarse. I'm losing my voice a bit. Too much shouting. It was worth it though.
I can't remember the last time we won 4-0 away from home. Maybe you could tell me that?
No, I'm not sure. I was thinking I can't remember the last time. I mean, the only time there must have been a time since, but I remember obviously when we were at Villa Park. There must have been a time between now and then, mustn't there? Maybe someone can comment and let us know because I can't.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know. I remember scoring a few goals against Crewe, didn't we, away from home? I don't know how long ago that was now.
That would have been after. I remember that game. I was there. Was it like 6-1, 5-1 or something?
And Walsall, didn't we go a few against Walsall as well, I think, on one game? If I seem to remember, that might have been even further back. But anyway, here's a man that might be able to tell us. Claudio, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm happy. Who isn't happy for Sky Blue?
Yes, fantastic. Can you remember the last time we got 4 goals away from home?
We beat Cheltenham 6-1 in League 2 away.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Well, I missed that game. Unfortunately,
that was a couple of weeks after we lost 6-2 at home to Yeovil.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember the Yeovil game. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's.
So you're going back.
Mind.
Going back a few years. Yeah.
That's 5 seasons ago now. 5 seasons.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one I can remember.
Miles, are you there? You coming in, Miles? Or are you staying in the background tonight?
No, I'm here. Buzzing
evening.
from this afternoon. Good evening, everyone. Buzzing from this afternoon. Also, don't forget the memorable 5-4 up at Sunderland as well. So, we had a few goals in.
Yeah, we scored 5 goals there, but we conceded 4. Yeah. That was the only problem there.
Yeah, but I think that's 6-1, I think, Claudia. I think that was the last game of the season, I think. If I remember right.
One but last, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mark Naughty got 4 or something like that. It was
something like that.
He got a load of goals in there that day, yeah.
He did, yeah. I mean, I seem to remember the games, but we don't do it very often, which is why we talk about it. That's a problem. Especially away from home. And another clean sheet. Let's go on to the game then. Let's start with you, Victoria, because you travelled up there, didn't you? And
with Miles, we had a good day, didn't we?
Yeah, with Miles as well.
Yeah.
How did you see? I mean, on the wide screens, did you expect 4-0? Did you?
No. Although some lad on the coach was saying that he reckoned it was going to be 4-0, and we were all laughing, going, no chance, no chance.
Yeah.
We'll be happy with if we can scrape a 1-0. And so none of us were going into the game thinking there's a big result on here, I don't think. So
no. Was that your first visit to Huddersfield? First visit to that stadium?
Yeah, first visit to that stadium. Nice ground. A bit strange, some of the bits outside, but yeah, nice ground.
Yeah.
Nice pub just around the corner. So good day out.
So it was a good day, and it was a good day all around, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How was the journey, Miles? A bit better than Preston, wasn't it? During the week?
Oh, I weren't driving, that's for starters. But it was good. It was we had a good little bit of banter on there. Gary was a bit moody in the morning. I said to him, "You wait till the end of the game. You'll be hugging me when I get on the coach." And lo and behold, there he is. He's hugging me at the end of the game, bless him. But no, it was a good journey, and it was a great result because I said. While we were doing the interviews before the game, I said it'd probably be about 5, and that's because Will didn't go and his mate Jack didn't go. He went to a concert instead, so it served them right, really, to miss a goal fest. But I think Claudio, it was...
go on, sorry.
Go on. No, I think it was Matty on the coach said, Steve, Steve, he's a bit of a lad, isn't he? But his lad came up from London, and he said on the coach, he was the one that said we'll win 4-0. So... it was good, and I'll eat my words because I sat on the fence on Thursday night. I said we'd draw 1-1, but I did say goal. I did say that one goal would be Tyler Walker, and he scored.
Your mate. Well, we'll come to that in a bit because your mate Tyler Walker did score. Claudio, did you travel to the game or did you watch it on iFollow?
I watched it on iFollow on Saturday.
Yeah,
it was great. We controlled that from start to finish. It wasn't. I mean, the first half wasn't pretty, but we had I still think, Jamie, he did have the volley, didn't he, before he got injured? He had a really good volley, and then he had that chance where he should have took that. But I just thought it was excellent from start to finish. And in the second half, it's just comfortable. I don't understand how they were in the playoffs last season. We played them twice. What was it? 44 attempts we had against them last season, and we scored one goal.
Was that the game that was live on telly? I think that was on telly, wasn't it?
We had the goal there. I think Jody Jones put the cross in, and Matty headed it in like the 94th minute for a draw.
That's right.
We completely dominated, and our place we dominated. And I think it was 44 shots on goal, one goal, and they had I think 5 shots and won both games. And I thought, what a turnaround! I mean, they've done a Barnsley, haven't they?
Well, they have. I mean, I know they've changed their manager.
And I'll tell you what now, if we had a normal start to the season, definitely we'd be in the top 6, definitely. Because that's that's what's,
I saw a thing on Facebook. I saw a thing on Facebook earlier, Claudio, and it was saying in the last 25 games, if you take the season having started 25 games ago, we would be 3rd. Only Burnley and Middlesbrough are better than us in the last 25 games. There was a table on Facebook. I mean, so if you took away that rubbish at the beginning, where we were getting messed around, and we just started the season then, no other team's doing better than us at the minute, other than Burnley and Middlesbrough.
And credit to Mark Robbins. I remember when we were bottom, he kept saying, be patient, it will turn round, wait till everybody's back, wait till we're fit. And then I was going, how are we going to turn this round? We're bottom.
Well, it did. Yeah, exactly. It didn't look good, did it? Because we started off awful. We had all the malarkey to start the season, and then we got the injuries as well. Of course, nobody can legislate for any injuries, can they? And we've just had a more than fair share, haven't we, this year?
And really, it doesn't matter what happens now, I think. I mean, with 3 points off the playoffs, we're safe. It's first week in March. It's mad, isn't it? I never thought that in October. It could relax a bit.
Yeah, and we're in the mix, definitely in the mix.
Exactly.
Without a doubt. Let's talk about the game then. Let's talk about the game then, Claudio. What were you happy with the team selection to start with? How coming in?
Yeah, I mean,
instead of Maguire
this last week. Yeah, I mean, we thought maybe Maguire. Obviously, Howley was the one that threw a lot of people.
Yeah,
but he was excellent. I saw him play against Northampton in the Carabao last season,
Yes.
I know who he was. And I just thought, he seems a good lad. And then he disappeared for the rest of the season.
He came on. He came on against Forest, I think.
Yeah.
For minutes or so. Yeah, 15
he
minutes.
looked decent. But I think I was happy with the team. Yeah, no problems at all. And I think that the players who they seem to buy into it, don't they? They just give it a go. That's all you want, really.
Yeah.
We saw a game. We watched a game this afternoon where I saw 11 players not giving it a go in the second half.
Yeah.
Man United, and it was embarrassing when you think what they're getting paid. But those lads, excellent. And I've got to say, when Tyler scored, he looked like a man who needed a goal, didn't he? And he could see,
it took the weight off his shoulders.
He ran to our fans and gave it the big, and I like that. He didn't just put his hand away and hand up and run away back to the centre spot. He, the lad cares. I mean, I know he's not. Some people, they don't view him as the best, whatever. But when he was playing Lincoln and whoever else was Newport, was it on when he was there? He was every other game. So there's a goal scorer there, isn't there, somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done it. He's done it in the past I know that, albeit lower in the lower leagues level. So there is a goal scorer in there. But
we've got a man coming on Tuesday night, haven't we? Fads at the back, which is, I mean, what is he? Is he got an Iron Man costume or something? Because it's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, he's definitely wearing something under that kit. Because it's superhuman at times. This bloke is 36 or 35, 36. I don't even think about it when you see him. Yeah, you don't think about it, do you? He just gets his head to everything. And we've met him before. He's the most mild-mannered man.
He is. We met him over in Spain, didn't we, Miles? Yeah.
He's softly spoken. You would not think that aggression is in him, the way he talks. I mean, it's no...
And we'll get to meet him.
He's come back in the team, and we're not letting goals in again. It's simple as that, really.
I'm sure a lot of the fans will get to meet him that are going to the Players Fans Forum on Tuesday night. They'll get to meet him again because he'll be there along with Casey Palmer. We'll talk about that a bit.
Can I just show you my mug?
Yeah, go on. Oh, you got an Italian mug now. Oh, nice.
Oh, so you had the flag and now you got a mug.
Yeah.
Did you get that especially done?
My missus has got an Etsy shop. I should say this. She's got an Etsy shop with all cotton mugs on it. So I should really advertise it, shouldn't I? I keep forgetting.
Give it a shout. It's not a problem. Not a problem. Yeah, we don't hold back here.
What's it called? What's it called, Claudia? What's it called?
Oh, it's Football Fanatics. So there's loads of cop stuff. So she's got like the Yokeres mug. It's got all the songs on it with the swearing and everything. She hasn't held back.
Where will they find? Where will they find Football Fanatics?
Yeah, where will they find it?
On the Etsy. If you go on the Etsy, But
Okay. Well, that's good. Look, okay, then Victoria, were you happy with the team selection?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we didn't have a whole lot of other options, did we? But
no,
I think it makes sense to play Howley. I mean, he's obviously a prospect of ours for the future. He was apprentice of the year last year, wasn't he? There's obviously high hopes that he'll be sort of a first team regular in the future, I'd have thought. So getting some minutes into his belt for us makes sense. Actually, more than Maguire anyway, even if we thought, I mean, I know some people thought maybe they'd play Maguire, but for me, get some of our young kids who we think are prospects for the future and give them some minutes between now and the end of the season when we've got injury like
We've lost it.
So get them to have some experience.
You were just breaking up a little bit there, Victoria. But we just about got.
Oh, was I? Sorry.
Just got back. Yeah, a little bit of freezing, but not on the top to where we got a little bit. We got the gist of the.
I mean, Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Miles, were you happy with the selection, or were you surprised?
Well, we were thinking about it all the way up there, and we were thinking, what's he going to do? We've got two fit midfielders, first team midfielders, and you're thinking, how's he going to play this? Is he going to play a 4-4-2? Was he going to, put three, 4 and then 3 and then 3 again? And we were talking, weren't we, Vic? We were talking, me, you, Martin, and Sue, and Tony, and that, and Matty, and that. We all sat there on the bus talking about the situation that we're in and who's going to play. And I think a lot of people thought that he would put Burrows in and play him at right back and put Norton Cuffy in the middle, because when Norton Cuffy first came to us, he played higher up the field. So we thought maybe he might have gone that route. And then we did think Esbrand would start. We thought that would sort of happen. Yeah, it was a nice surprise, and the young lad, like all the young lads have done when they've had an opportunity to come in and have a start, like Burrows did against Watford. That young lad took his chance, and he showed Robbins that he's good enough to fill in that gap. And he did. He played really, really well. I think he played probably one loose ball all game. He was trying to win everything in the air because he's quite tall. So he was jumping for everything. He was knocking it on. And yeah, very impressed with his performance. So well chuffed for him. Really, really chuffed. And
he even got a yellow card, didn't he? As well.
He did, yeah. But I don't think it was a yellow, to be honest with you. I can't. I think it was a bit of a daft yellow. I think he was surprised that he got it. But
you guys in the stand. Sorry, Miles. You guys in the stand, because there's a lot of stuff that you, as I know, when you're behind the goal, you cannot see. And the referee he gave some shockers. I mean, at the far end, the first half, Victor was getting howled and all sorts and getting nothing. And immediately when he sort of did his bit of sort of holding, he got blown up. The incident, I think I saw Vicky made a comment on the social media about Darbo, where he did a great tackle in the first half, and the guy ran into him, and the guy got the free kick. And they get replaying it. The commentators, the Huddersfield commentators, which were a joke, kept saying, "Oh yeah, Darbo got there late," when you can clearly see he's kicked the ball away. That's the referees, but no.
Well, we've had worse referees, I think, to be fair, but. You know, we seem to talk about referees every week, don't we?
Yeah. I don't think he was the worst, but you know, Howley, he took his chance. He showed that he's capable enough now to fill in that gap for, I'd say, the next 3 games. To be honest with you, because you know we've got Hull, we've got Wigan, and then we've got Blackpool. I mean, what a better run of games for a young lad to come in and really prove and cement his spot in the team for the remainder of the season, because Alan's missing 6 weeks. We're at the end of the season then. So is he going to get a game? I doubt it. Ben Sheaf's probably going to be back before we know it, because we know how quick the players have been returning. But he's going to have a chance now to play 3 more games on the bounce. That'd be 4 first-team appearances for the young lad. Yeah. And you couldn't have asked for someone, you know, to fill in the boots of those players that have gone out injured. To be honest with you, he did really well. And if anyone knows him watching, from all of us here, tell him well done, because he was brilliant, really good.
Some of the comments coming in, actually, Glenn, Sky Blue Hub, Halley will be better for the experience for Saturday's game. Hopefully he can kick on like Eccles and Burrows have done, which I think we all agree on that, don't we? You know, and I thought he was fantastic, to be fair, for a young lad to come in and do that. And he got picked ahead of Maguire, obviously, as well. He's got a lot more experience than him. So the manager obviously rates him very highly. So, you know,
at no point did you think, oh, he looks uncomfortable, did you?
No.
In some ways, fair play to Mark Robbins for picking him, because he must have thought, this is you know, he probably had to play him, but he didn't have to play him, did he? You know, he could, you know, it's great that he's given them the opportunity. I mean, because we've been, let's face it, I think we've all been critical in the past of him not putting on younger players, or
we have
sticking to more experienced ones. But I think he was probably forced into it. But like he says, Miles, he could have put Maguire on, who actually, when he came on, was all right.
Well, let's go on and talk about the game then, because the first goal, Claudio, was a mistake from the defender, wasn't it? But fair play to Vic. He followed it up, didn't he? And he finished fantastically, didn't he?
Yeah.
Normally in that situation, we've seen it so many times, he fluffs it. When he's got loads of time, he puts it over the bar or wide. But he's fantastic little chip over the keeper. Yeah,
well, I nearly killed the cat, because I was sitting there and I actually thought, what's he done? Because it looked like, from where I was watching it, that he'd actually gone wide. Because what's he done there? Like, does he think he's offside or something? Has he just wasted it? And then I thought, wow. And it was actually a fantastic little dink, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah, it was. And he actually turned away. He turned away to celebrate before the ball was in the back of the net. So he's that confident.
because we have seen those go rose ed
Yeah.
with Vic sometimes because he hit one in the week with too much power. But I think that was just a really nice goal, really lovely finish.
It was a fantastic goal.
That's another 2 million on his price tag.
Well, yeah, and he's only going to get better, isn't he? You know, he's only young. You got to remember, he's only a young lad, really, as well. He's only young. He's got a career ahead of him, hasn't he? So that will put value onto him, no doubt about that. Victoria, the second goal.
Yeah, was that the that's the Dabo to Hamer one, isn't it? Yeah. I thought Dabo had a great game, which I love Dabo, and he's been struggling with injuries, hasn't he? And I thought he looked back to some of his best performances on Saturday, and I thought that was a great little ball, just sort of holding on to the ball, giving Hamer a chance to run in and just playing him in, cracking little move. And
it was a bit of a tight angle, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah, and considering was it Johnny that we had on from Huddersfield on Thursday night? He was saying about their goalkeeper being really good, and I think he was at fault for most of those goals. He could have done better with all of them, really.
I mean, I didn't rate their defence at all, to be honest. No. They were scared of Vic, weren't they? Every time Vic had the ball, they were struggling, to keep tracks on him, and he does so much work off the ball as well. People don't realise, like bringing defenders away from others. And you're right. I mean, Dabo had a great game. I thought he was back to his best. That's the best Dabo performance, I think, since he's come back from injury.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice for Hamer to get a goal. I think that he probably feels like he should get more goals. So that was nice for him as well. So I thought really part of the thing from Saturday was that the young players that came in, so like the Howleys and Eccles, obviously is getting a bit more experience now, stood up to the mark. But then your experienced pros, so like your Hamer and your Dabo, those players really looked like a top another level, and they just really looked quality on Saturday. I thought it's like we turned up and we were like, okay, we're having an injury crisis, but we're good enough, and it was great.
Yeah, comment from Underage Cov fan. Great, he agrees with us. Great finish by Vic. We were ruthless and punished Huddersfield every opportunity. Absolutely spot on, wasn't it, Miles? Yeah. I thought, the third goal. I mean, you were in heaven. The third goal, wasn't it?
We were certainly high off the floor, that's for sure. But again, it was from that angle that Hamer scored his goal. So probably Vic seen that the goalkeeper wasn't very good at that sort of tight angle, and Vic's gone and had a little shot himself, and it's gone into the back of the net like Hamer's did. I think they both went through the keeper's legs, both of them, to be honest with you. And I mean, he just looked so. Vic, for me, Saturday against Preston, he couldn't turn on a 50p piece. He just.
I was about to say that. Preston. I mean, you went to Preston on Tuesday. Compare the two games. Vic's performances, totally different, weren't they?
Yeah, well, they didn't. I don't think they doubled up on him like Preston did. Preston sort of doubled up on Vic, didn't give him time to turn, didn't give him the space. And I think Huddersfield gave him too much respect on Saturday, and literally he just ran and ragged. I mean, with the first goal, it was a pass to Vic, and the defender cut it out, and then it knocked it forward for Vic, and he latched onto it, and and he's learnt from his mistakes. Instead of he's probably heard Robin shouting at him, lift it, and he's lifted it over. But then his second goal, the way he put it away was just immense. It was powerful. It was. I don't think anyone would have stopped that, to be honest with you. Same as Hamer's. Hamer's was a powerful shot, but Victor, for me, on Saturday looked like no one could stop him. He looked like a machine on Saturday. He was just running that front line. And you know what amazes me? We played Godden, and Godden was really quiet.
He was, wasn't he?
Of the work Vic was doing. Godden was really quiet. But the reason Godden was quiet, he had a good game because Godden was holding the ball up a lot more. If you watch it, he was doing the hold-up play for Vic then to be able to do what he does best, which is go out wide, cut inside, and then he just takes defenders away. He just takes them away, and fantastic third goal. I mean, I mean, when you heard it hit the net, it was just I think we all screamed before it hit the net, but when you heard it hit the net, it was amazing.
Well,
clear the ball, it hit the net.
You knew then we weren't going to throw it away, didn't you? Like we have done in the past. But I was going to talk to you about Claudio, about Hamer. He was fantastic, wasn't he, Hamer, on on Saturday.
Yeah, did he get a booking on Saturday? He did, didn't he?
Did he get
first
booked
one
in?
for 20?
That's his
Yeah,
first
first
one.
Yeah.
23 games.
Since the Birmingham sending off, wasn't it? Yeah.
We spoke about this, I think, the other week when I said when he came to the meeting, he said he was been coached to run that extra yard to get the tackling and not make silly tackles from behind. And he's when he's on his game and he gets his passing right, he's great. I mean, the through balls he was doing were excellent. I mean, and the goal he scored was. I know he could say the keeper should do better, but you know, he saw the gap and he's hit it, and it's the pace that's beating the keeper. Because he's got a foot to put the ball in. Basically, if he gets it wrong, it's a side netting or it smacks the keeper in the head or something. But he's so small, isn't he? I mean, this is what.
Yeah.
Until you meet him, you realise just how small he is. I mean, he made me look 6'5" when I met him. He is small, but he's got energy. You know, drives the team. It's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, he really looked on his game, didn't he? He really looked on his game on Saturday.
Yeah, he was back to his best. I mean, Dean Keating, who just messaged in, Hamer's passing was so much better yesterday. He's hit a few last couple of games. He's been brilliant. It's been brilliant. And Saturday, I thought he was outstanding. Glenn's come back and he said Hamer wasn't booked.
He wasn't booked.
Wasn't he? I thought he was.
I thought he was.
But I know Howley got booked. Maybe that was the only booking then. I don't know. I can't remember.
I'm sure Hamer got booked because we all went, "Oh my God, that's the first booking since."
Yeah, I remember the referee. I remember the referee speaking to him. I can't remember when he actually got booked or not, but I'm sure we'll find out, and somebody out there will.
Maybe he has got booked, and we thought it was Hamer. I don't know.
Do you know what?
Glenn's not normally wrong, so he's normally.
He didn't. No, Glenn.
He didn't.
Glenn, you're right, mate. No, he didn't. No, I thought he did. I thought he got booked. We had one booking on Saturday.
Feta D, good evening. Feta, Hammer didn't get booked. Only Howley, he says.
Why did we think that then?
I don't know.
I remember the referee speaking to him after a challenge, but I don't actually. He didn't produce any card. Yeah. But I remember seeing the referee speaking to him after the challenge. But I think we all automatically thought it was a booking, and he never got booked. So we're all probably too excited. We were too excited with the goals going in. We didn't really pay any attention to the booking. Mick Davenport, Howley got booked. I've never seen Hamer get booked. So yeah, we've probably come to the conclusion.
Just Howley.
Just Howley.
Whilst we're even there, we still can't get it right.
I just looked on the figures. But he definitely, I know that's probably the commentator saying that he got booked as well. But
it must have been that Bovril. That Bovril went to my head, I think.
And the last goal, Victoria. You seen the last goal, didn't you?
Oh yeah, quality. I'll tell you what, I was watching it back again earlier, because we played the goal a few times just to relive it. If you watch Vic's close control on that, like when he wins the ball and he just sort of dinks around the defender and then plays in Walker with a brilliant ball, his close control for that is just amazing. And it was just great to see Walker getting a goal as well. I think
because I thought automatically we all thought he was going to go for his hat trick.
Yeah.
And the way he turned and the way he ran, and he thought he's going to shoot in a minute and try and go for his hat trick. But fair play to him. He played in Walker. Your mate, Miles Walker.
Yeah, I thought. Do you know what? I seen him lip read. He was looking for me when he was celebrating. He was looking up for me, and I seen him, and I managed to read his lips as he was celebrating, and this is what he said.
Oh,
See, Miles, by the way, that's courtesy of Neil Thomas. Thanks, mate. He sent it me last night on the way home on the coach. But I know I've given him some stick over the season, and I think we always pick a player where we sort of pick out that hasn't been performing, and the most frustrating thing about Walker is, like you said, Claudio, there's a goal scorer in there, and we know there's a goal scorer in there when he was at Lincoln and things like that. He was banging them in. Mark Robbins had been after him for 3 seasons, or even longer than that. I think we were after him when we were in League Two, and we didn't have the budget to go and sign him. And it's just so frustrating. And he is such a nice guy. You know, when we went out to Spain, he stopped to talk to us every time we've seen him.
He did.
And it's just, I just wish his career would kick off with us, because he really can do it, and we know he can do it. And it's just frustrating. But I will say, I did say Thursday night he'd score our one goal, and he did score. So fair play to him, because Tuesday night he was brilliant. When he came on as sub Tuesday night at Preston, I thought he was very, very tough. He was hard. He was diving in at everything. He was pushing players out the way. He really got stuck into them. And he did the same again on Saturday when he came on. He only come on for a short while, but he did a job. And he looks refreshed for some reason.
His demeanour's changed, Miles, hasn't it? His demeanour's changed. Because he used to look like he had the whole weight of the world on his shoulders all the time. Yeah. Even though when he was warming up, because obviously where I sit, they warm up in front of us at CBS, and he always just looked like, I don't know, like he was just really unhappy. And just even in recent weeks, he just seems to have more of a smile on his face, a bit more uplifted. The few performances he's put in, he just looks, I don't know. So hopefully, whatever was going on in his mind, he's managed to get past, and now he's got the goal, and maybe can really kick on for.
Yeah, well, let's hope he can. I mean, Glenn, Tyler Walker, baby.
Seems like a nice lad. He's the sort of player that you can root for, isn't he? So
yeah. Well, you know, obviously we don't see him day in, day out in training. Robin's doing, so he obviously backs him. He's got him in the squad. He you know, so we've got to back him as well, and you know and we've got to go with the manager's decision. If Walker had missed that, it would have been me completely done with him, says Fatty. So, but he didn't, Professor. So you're still hopefully hanging on in there, and hopefully you can get a few more goals.
It's got to the stage of the season now with sort of 3 points outside the playoffs. You just got to get behind the team, whatever he puts out there, because it could happen. I mean, 4 games ago, I was going, we're not going to do the playoffs. Let's not even talk about it. But we're 3 points outside the playoffs with quite a favourable load of fixtures.
Yeah.
I think in the chart, there's a chart of who's got the worst and best fixtures based on league positions. We've got the 3rd best fixtures, apparently. And some of the clubs above us have got some real, they're all playing each other. So we've got a chance to steal a place. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I think we've got a fantastic run in towards the end of the season. I really do. I think we've got all winnable games, aren't they? All winnable games.
I was talking to Will today, and Will said to me, because obviously he went to a concert full. But he said to me, he says, when you consider where we are, we're 8th. And we've the figures come out last week, wasn't they? And I think we've got the 5th lowest budget in the league, and I think we're the 2nd lowest wage bill every month in the league. Yeah. So where we are in the league to do what we're doing, we had injuries in defence. They all come back. We got injuries up front. They come back, and now we've got injuries in midfield. You couldn't have had a worse season than we've had for injuries. We lost our play creator with O'Hare out till September, which is absolutely, it killed us. And we've just, it's like I said a few weeks ago, we've just started to learn how to play without O'Hare. Yeah. And then we get the injuries in midfield, and now we're trying to learn how to play with just 2 first-team midfielders and a young lad that's come in. So what they've had to put up with is unbelievable. To be 8th in the league and 3 points off the playoffs is just fantastic.
Their commentators were making a point, and I was laughing at the time because he was belittling what Mark Robins was saying about all our injuries. And he was saying, I cannot believe Mark Robins is moaning about he's got no squad. And he's listing our subs. And he was praising them, saying, and look who they're bringing on now, Michael Rose. It's like, and he's saying he's got no squad. I'm thinking, Michael Rose? He's had a sort of all right season. It's not like a world beater, is he? He said they got the lad from Burnley in defence. They got the 2 lads from Man City. They got Panzo's injured, but he's not. You know, he's from Forest, and he's the lad from Arsenal. You know, he says, and you know, their squad's way better than our squad. I'm thinking, flipping out. We don't even view it like that, do we?
Yeah, that's right. We don't. To be honest, we don't.
No.
I mean, just another couple
every
of
team,
comments. Yeah.
Go on. Every team's got over 30 players in the squad. We've got 21.
I know.
Yes. Yeah.
Even Huddersfield have got a bigger squad than we've got. So if anyone wants to...
The trouble is what a lot of these squads do, like especially in January, they bring a lot of like dross in, don't they? And I always agree with Robbins on this. He very rarely brings a lot of players in January because he always says if they're not going to be better, I'm not bringing them in. And whilst that obviously gives us problems because we've got a small squad, I think I'd rather have a small squad than like 30 players that are all pretty average. Like our first 11, if we could actually get our first 11 fit, which I was thinking earlier, have we actually been able to this season for any game actually play what would be our best 11? I don't think. We have at some point there's been at least one player injured, hasn't there? But that first 11 is up there with the best in the league, and then we've managed to like make do with like little like fiddles here and there, but we haven't got that extra sort of maybe 10 players that are all rubbish. Like that's what Huddersfield are moaning about. They've just bought badly, haven't they? That's not our fault that we've like used our limited budget better. Like they've just bought in like if they think their biggest squad isn't as good as our little squad, that's their own fault. Just buy better. Like at the end of the day, it's not our fault that they've spent like on rubbish, is it really? But
well, yeah, you're right, Vic. Just a couple more comments we'll quickly go through before we go to the ad break. Sky Blue Sam Walker is playing for his COV career. A move elsewhere hopefully might bring some performances in for him. Mick Davenport says, Miles, were you sure you wasn't asleep at the game as well as on the bus?
He was asleep on the bus. Definitely. He was snoring and everything.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've slept on the bus ever.
Since Doug King, Sky Blue Army. While he plays, we back him. You're right there, Dean Keating. We've got to back him. If he's in the team, we're going to back him 100%. Andre's COV fan. Whoever plays now should be back 100% in the past, and it's time to look forward to the future and excited. Yeah, dead on with them comments. Absolutely 100%.
Spot on.
This is something I wanted to comment about. McFadzean, McNally, Doyle, absolutely superb at the back, as well as Howley. Yeah. Another clean sheet. Is it the best defence we've had, do you think, for a long time?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think so. I think McFadzean coming in has just settled Callum Doyle down. I mean, when you think about what Callum Doyle's had to put up with McFadzean not playing, a young lad, we've met him, we've chatted to him, we've interviewed him. He's such a great lad. But you've got to remember, the lad doesn't even drive. He's 18 years of age. Yeah. He's in the centre. He's in the centre of our back three, and he's trying to control the two players either side of him, Panzo and Rose, and talk to them, and talk to the keeper, and try and talk to everyone else. McFadzean's come in, slotted back into the centre back. We pushed Doyle out to the left hand side, and McFadzean's took him under his wing and calmed him down. I think people forget that when McFadz weren't there, you've got Rose, who's only just I think, is he 22? Is he Rose? I think he's 22, 23. You got Doyle, who's 17, 18 now, and then you got Panzo, who's a young lad. That back three was really, really young. Not a lot of games under their belts. Rose came in towards the beginning of the season because Dom Hyon went all of a sudden, so he's had a lot of weight put on his shoulders. And McFadzean's come back and he's just calmed it down. He's calmed Doyle down. He's guiding him. He's coaching him while he's playing, and you can see the way McFadzean talks to everyone. You can see it on the pitch. He's a leader. He's a born leader. Yeah. And McNally, I think McNally's calmed it down as well, because McNally, he hardly ever runs, does he? I've never known a defender like it. He can
read the game so well, can't he? Nally.
Oh. Yeah, he's got
one step. Yeah, he's one
on
step
Saturday,
ahead.
On Saturday, he got some challenges in where you're thinking, has he got the legs? And I thought, he's got the legs easy. He's got the other side of the forward, got the tackling, paid it off, knocked it out, whatever. He's somebody we need to keep at the club for next season if we can.
Yeah.
Because our problem is now, what we don't want is even with Doyle, I don't know if the club can do a deal to try and keep him. Yeah, for another season or
another loan. Even
you can't buy him because he won't be cheap. No. But the problem, what we don't want is, because it's almost like every season you start again with loan players, don't you? And it takes weeks for them to get in, play as a team. It'd be great if we could keep them, basically.
Just before we go to the break, then we will go to the break after this one. Glenn just come back on and said, let's not forget we've got Panzo, Kelly, Sheaf and Allen and Palmer all to come back. I mean, and obviously, that's a very strong squad when you look at all them coming back, isn't it? Vic, I mean, do you think which one are you looking forward to coming back the most out of all them injured players?
Probably between Sheaf and Palmer. I really like Sheaf.
Obviously, we all want O'Hare back, but that's not going to happen this season.
Yeah, so that's not for this season, is it? That's for next season. So I'm looking forward to that for next season. But for this season, it'd be nice to see Sheaf back. I just think, I've actually really enjoyed seeing Eccles grow into that position because that's obviously his favourite position. It's nice for him to get some game time there. But Sheaf's just got that bit of a surety about him. And Palmer, because I really like seeing Palmer settle in to the squad. I think, obviously, but when he came, people were talking about like you had fans from other clubs on social media going, he'll show up once in 10 games, all that sort of stuff. We were getting quite a lot of grief, and I don't know what it is, but he's obviously happy and settled because he's just in recent weeks, especially up to his injury, just looked better and better, and that's like a quality sign. That is a really quality sign, and he's really showing what a player is, I think. And so it's a shame he's got this injury because the last couple of games up until that point, I just thought he looked really good. So I'm excited to see him for the end of the season as well. So those two probably the most. I think unfortunately people like Kelly now are really just like squad players, aren't they? As much as Kelly's been a good servant to the club, but I think he's really a squad player now. I don't think he'd be the first name on any first 11. And
I think his contract's up in the summer, isn't it, as well, Kelly? So I don't know whether
he might be off. Maybe
Robbins might offer him another year's deal. I don't know, or does he bring somebody else fresh in? Who will you be looking forward to coming back, Claudio, the most out of all them injured players?
Jamie Allen.
Jamie Allen, yeah.
Because
he's scoring as well. He was scoring.
Right. In the midfield, you need somebody who runs a lot. I mean, that's how it is, Yeah. And the thing is, he's doing a lot of running and he's scoring goals. Which I did a list the other year of how poor our midfielders were at scoring goals in something like. We'd scored 21 goals. This is when Shippey was here. He was our leading goal scorer as a midfielder over 3 or 4 seasons. I think 400 games, the midfielders scored like 20 odd goals, which is so poor when they played regular. But now this season, they, with his goals and other people chipping in, Hamer scoring now. But Jamie Allen, he's got an engine. He doesn't always do the right pass. But you do need that hustle and bustle. You do need it.
And he did get a lot of criticism, Jamie Allen, doesn't he? But I think, as you're right, he's an engine. He gets stuck in. And
obviously, Ben's got a bit of class about him, hasn't he, at times? You can guarantee once in a game he'll do something where the whole crowd goes, wow, is that Ben Sheaf? That's sort of Hoddle-esque, But,
he's another one that reads the game so well, doesn't he, Ben Sheaf? He reads
he's grown into it, hasn't he? I mean, they are quite young. I mean, I know Jamie isn't, but Ben Sheaf's a young lad, isn't he, still, in terms of footballing terms. And all they've really played is League One and Championship. And some of them only just played Championship.
Like for us, they've probably only played Championship football for us, so they've maybe had a season, half a season at the most. And I think, I was talking to someone about this the other day. I don't know what you think, Claudia, but I'd rather see young kids like this, like learning their trade, and they might make a mistake, and it might be frustrating sometimes, but it's also exciting to see them grow. I'd rather watch that than us buy 11, 30-year-olds that are all maybe more experienced, but are probably here for the money and the end of their career. I'd rather see the kids and put up with the fact that they might sometimes make mistakes because it's just more exciting and they give more, I think.
I mean, having watched the City since 1970, that's all we ever did, really. We used to bring players through. We used to have a fantastic academy back in the day.
We did.
In the early 80s, we had 9 under-21s playing.
Remember the old under Dave Sexton, wasn't it? Dave Sexton. He had a fantastic team, didn't he?
And what happens is you find the fan base will get behind those players. You give them a little leeway, don't you? Basically, but like you say, you get somebody come in who's in their late 20s, who's been around the block, a bit of a Yakubu, one of those type of players, and just stands on the halfway line holding his hamstring. Bonkers. you do get behind that player, because you just a young lad, you've got to get behind them, haven't you?
Definitely.
Absolutely, I quite agree. Right, okay, well, we're gonna have a short break then. We'll do our break ad, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more about the about some of the players in the game, and then we've got news of the competition. Plus, we've got a few little bits and bobs that me and Miles are up to this afternoon down the Two-Tone Village. We've got to show you as well. So we'll have a short ad break, and we'll bear with us, and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back to Sky Blue Fans TV. We've been talking goals. We've been talking the Sky Blues after their 4-0 away win at the weekend. We're all very excited. We're going to just...
Can I just say...
oh, sorry, go on. Go on. Go on.
It's twice now we've done 4 wins on a trot in a season.
Yes.
It's the first time since 63-64.
Really?
Yeah, when we won the third division. We'd also done it before. We'd won 3 games in the trot and 5 games on a trot. 5 games on a trot once, I think it was, and 3 games on a trot twice. But and one of those seasons, we won 5 games. We started the season, we won the first 5 matches, and I've got some newspaper clippers saying this is the Jimmy Hill's Sky Blue era. It started, blah blah blah. This was the season before we got promoted. We promptly lost the next 3 or 4. It's a tough thing, isn't it?
That's football. That's football for you, hasn't it? Yeah. I just wanted to say a couple of things about this. This gentleman here, Ted Balance, who sadly passed away, and we'd like to put an appeal out to the Sky Blue fans out there to have a round of applause in the 88th minute against Hull. If we could all do that, that'd be great. We'd put that on our socials. Ted was a fantastic Sky Blues supporter throughout the years. He's followed them home and away, and he's a really, really big Sky Blues fan, and his family would love the fans to show appreciation in the 88th minute on Saturday against Hull. So hopefully we can all do that as well. We'll put that on our social medias, just remind everybody, because we do get carried away sometimes during the match and we forget, but it is the 88th minute. We did score a few late goals as well, so hopefully we can get that applause in after we've scored quite a few goals before that, hopefully against Hull. And Miles has got a few videos from yesterday, haven't you, Miles?
I have, yes. First of all, I want to give a big thank you to Charlie Gregory on Twitter. He's a freelance journalist. Covers a lot of football and everything all over the football leagues. And I messaged him earlier. I've seen this clip and I messaged him earlier and I said, can we use this on our show tonight? He said, yeah, of course you can, no problem. So I just want to give him a big shout out and say thank you very much for this. So enjoy, everyone. This is 3,000, Cov fans from the other end of the ground at Huddersfield singing Doug King.
Good stuff.
Fantastic.
I'll tell you what's good there as well. Did you see Doug King at the bottom clapping to us, singing that?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes, right at the
that's
bottom
pretty cool.
there,
Yeah.
And it's nice of him to go to home and away games, isn't it? Because supporters notice that, and obviously, that'll go in his favour, obviously, because everybody will notice he does care about the club and he does follow them home and away. So, okay, we're going to.
I got one more. So all that Olay, all that Olay at the other end, at the end of that. It's just brilliant. That's brilliant, isn't it?
Absolutely fantastic. It's nice. Now, so was it Dabo pushing everybody forward?
Yeah.
Even Walker got pushed forward, didn't it? At one stage, Big Vic, the whole lot of them, and get up there and get the fans appreciate you. And fair play to him. And they're all playing with a smile on their face. That just shows you how together they are, like as a squad, doesn't it?
I think Dabo just brings that. I always feel like Dabo brings that a lot. He is that sort of player that generates a good team spirit, and so it's good that he's back as well for that. I think he always gives that a vibe off that he's very smiling and helps the other players to enjoy their football. That's good.
I think a lot of these players, they've lost form because of injuries. They're all coming back from injuries, and Dabo was another one. He's had terrible injuries.
Yes,
and it takes a while. But I mean, you don't go from your player of the season and a fan's favourite to rubbish in 18 months, do you? There's reasons why he was struggling, and you could see it. And on Saturday, he did a couple of chase backs on Saturday where he won the ball. And I thought, oh, that's better, because you weren't doing that 6 weeks ago. He looked like he couldn't do it. He didn't want to stretch.
Yeah. He was back to his best, wasn't he?
I had a debate on social media, Claudio, with somebody saying that it's only because he's getting back to full fitness we will see the same Dabo when he's back to full fitness, and we saw that on Saturday. And so I was saying to people who were writing him off saying he's finished at the club that you can't say that when he's not a fully fit player. I agree entirely.
Yeah. I thought he had a fantastic game.
Yeah,
and a lot of the fans that sit around by where I sit, I've been having to go at him. Obviously, when he was obviously carrying an injury, he was probably obviously playing with an injury. He didn't want to. Maybe he shouldn't have. And if we had the squad, obviously Robbins may have rested him and took him out the firing line a bit earlier. But obviously, because of the injury situation, he played on probably with an injury which he probably shouldn't have, maybe, and made it probably worse. But he certainly came back firing on all cylinders, didn't he, on Saturday? Let me just go to a couple of comments then. Evening, guys. I was going to talk about Maguire. Now, he come on, didn't he? Obviously, he wasn't selected. He came on. Victoria, you were there. What did you think of Maguire's performance? Because we haven't seen much of him.
Yeah, he looked okay. He looked like the player that hasn't played a lot with the rest of the team. I mean, he looked an okay player. Maybe not on the same wavelength all the time as all of his teammates, but that's going to come, isn't it? If you've only just come in and you're not playing a lot of football with your teammates, that's the sort of thing that you can only really get in a match experience. And so I thought to certain occasions, maybe he hadn't read what someone was going to do, that maybe a player that, if Alan had been there, Alan would have known what the player was going to do, because he's been playing in that position all season. So there was maybe that, but he looked tidy enough on the ball. He didn't do anything badly wrong. So I suppose it was a bit 50-50 really. Sort of
I mean, Yeah. Luke's put a couple of comments here, Miles. Evening, guys. I don't know why, but I just see a lack of enthusiasm from Maguire. He wasn't ecstatic when Big Vic scored. I went to the sideline, or was it just a resting moody face? I don't know.
Well, that's the trouble. Some people are like that, aren't they?
I mean, you were there as well, Miles. What did you think?
I think when Vic scored his first goal, Maguire went to congratulate him and Vic blanked him. So maybe when he scored his second one, well, it looked like that on the highlights when you see him run over to the sidelines. He goes to give him a hug and he don't go anywhere near him. So maybe, maybe. No. But who cares anyway? Who cares? He's a squad player. He's in the team to try and earn a contract. He's not going to be here next season. He's not going to get a contract with us. We had to fill a gap. We were short on players. We filled the gaps at the back and we filled a gap up front, which we needed. And that's all he's there for. He won't be here next season, I don't think.
Yeah, Matty Godden came back too quick, didn't he?
Yeah.
I
thought he did.
He wasn't meant to be coming back so quick. And I think that's what... No. And even with Tyler Walker, they both were on the bench a lot quicker than I think Mark Robbins thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
And I suppose he did the right thing, because if he hadn't brought somebody in, we'd have gone, why haven't we brought somebody in? We got injuries. But he did. I mean, he had a couple of decent runs on the ball. He carried it forward a couple of times, but it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, he's coming from the cold, hasn't he? He hadn't played at Preston.
That's it.
That's right. A team.
So
you're coming into a team that's like this, and you're an outsider coming in, and you got to try and fight for your place, and you got to try and fight for a contract. You're going to find it hard to fit in the middle of that bond of the players at the moment.
Yeah, because they have got a tremendous bond, haven't they?
They've been together 3 seasons now, and there's still players there from League One. But when you think that they've been together 3 seasons, you can tell that they've been playing together that long. And we've added to the team, we've strengthened the team slightly with new incomers. But those new incomers have sort of slotted in nicely because they've got the attitude. This guy's come from Preston probably, and he's thinking, well, I didn't fit in at Preston. How am I going to fit in at Coventry? Maybe
it's like somebody at work coming in from the agency for 3 months, and you're going, oh, right. Yeah, he's getting more than me. I ain't going to help him out.
yeah, exactly.
Very similar to that, I suppose. You're right there. Victoria, this is a question for you. I know you can answer it.
Glenn probably asking that to me as well, because he knows how much I love Hyam. I absolutely loved Hyam, and I was absolutely gutted that we sold him at the beginning of the season. It took me about half the season to get over it, and I'm still not sure I entirely am. But I love McNally even more. I mean, from a quality perspective, McNally is like an upgrade on Hyam, isn't he?
Yes, I think so.
He's really Hyam was the player that took us from League 2 to the Championship. McNally's the player to take us to the next level. So I'd say McNally now. That's the trajectory we're on, isn't it? Hyams took us to that certain point, and I'd have kept him longer. And I'm sad that we sold him. In fact, I'd have still kept him even with McNally. But now McNally's the player to take us that next bit of our journey. I think he's that type of quality. So so McNally now.
McNally for you, Miles, McNally or Hyam?
Both of them. Both of them.
Yeah. Where would they fit in? Who would you drop? I mean, the defence is looking so solid at the minute.
Do you know what? I just think I think the way Dom Hyam played against us when we were playing Blackburn, I swear Blindy let us win that game. It reminded me of Mo Conyett when he went to Derby.
Yeah, he was got a bit of stick off the players, wasn't he?
Yeah. So I'm like Vic. I love Dom Hyam. I think the reason we like Dom Hyam so much is because he's come through the leagues with us, and he was part of the furniture. And we had to sell him. We had no choice because of the pitch. I'm not going to bring that up because it's just pain in the bum, isn't it? But McNally now, I think, has really cemented his place in our team. And someone sent me a tweet earlier from a well-known source that reckons that we've already approached Burnley to sign him. So
that'd be good.
Seven-figure sum. So we're looking at $1 million, $2 million maybe. The summer's going to be absolutely huge for us. fans were saying, they were moaning in January, why aren't we spending? Doug King's coming, blah blah blah. We didn't need to spend, did we? We didn't need to spend. It's like I think we were all on together at one point during January. We said, bring in a couple of loans, maybe bring in one permanent, and bring in. I think we had 2 more loans, was it, or 3 more loans? 3 more loans, weren't it? So we said,
that's right.
Bring in 3 more loans and sign 1 permanent. And we knew where we needed to fill in the gap. That was at the back. And at the time, as Claudio said, Godden and Walker were injured. So we got Maguire in, and then Godden and Walker ended up being on the glass earlier than they thought, and all of a sudden they're in the team again. And no one's going to jump in front of Walker, and no one's going to jump, definitely not in front of Godden. No chance in a million years, is it? Is someone going to come in from the outside and jump into him? So the summer's going to be huge, absolutely huge for us. But for me, I would probably say now on this sort of form, McNally over Hyam. That's going to because it's sentiment with Hyam, if you know what I mean. Sentimental for me.
Yeah.
But I think McNally's a little bit more comfortable. He reads the game.
I do. I think he
reads the game quicker.
I do.
Yeah, he's the next level up. Yeah,
definitely. I really do. Claudia, you're going to go for Hyam, or are you going to go for?
No, I've been miles. I think McNally now. Plus, he's younger, isn't he? So,
yes.
I loved Hyam. I thought he was solid, but he's the kind of player. I mean, players do come back. If he came back, I think the fans would be open arms, wouldn't it? Because they know what happened.
Yeah.
And he never let us down in those 3 or 4 seasons. You know what I mean?
He didn't want to leave at the end of the day. He was forced out, wasn't he? Because of the situation.
Trust me, we've had at least 6 or 7 players, I won't name now, have never wanted to leave, but have had to leave. And that's because of the financial implications of what was put on us at the time. They got no choice, basically. I mean, that happens at a lot of clubs anyway. And we had 2 or 3 last season have ended up going, which they probably didn't want to go, but that's just the way it is. But McNally now, he's just he's great, isn't he? I mean, you can see why. I mean, Burnley paid $2 million. I mean, they're going up, aren't they? So they're not going to have him playing in their first team next season. They'll be signing, somebody from Germany for 30 odd million or something, won't they? Or that's
probably,
Dutch centre half from somewhere, or Belgium centre. That's what's going to happen now.
Yeah, I think we're in a great position because, with all due respect, I don't think he'll get into the Burnley team in the Premier League, and I think we're in, with a head start of everybody else, aren't we? Because he's here already. So,
maybe. During the season, with all these midfielders injured, and I was thinking, it's a shame really, because Jordan Shipley would have done a job for us on the left-hand side with all these injuries.
Yeah, believe it or not, he would have. Yeah.
Yeah, but for Jordan though, the lad, obviously, the age he is, he's desperate to start matches. So
he needed game time, didn't he?
He went. I mean, end of. It's not, nothing against the club.
Yeah, and I think Robbins was happy to keep Shipley, wasn't he? But he wanted game time, and he couldn't guarantee him that.
You have to respect that, don't you? Because he's gone. Lots of players to sit on the bench and take the wages. He's gone off to play football. You've got to respect that.
Starting every game. Him and Tom Bayless are starting. They're doing really well.
They're scoring goals as well, aren't they? They're scoring goals.
Yeah, so I can understand it.
Ken, can I just bring in something here? We've got a new listener tonight, watcher, Shoesmith Drones. I think he's from Scotland. I think he commented earlier, hearing some friendly voices with a proper accent, he said, a little bit earlier on. But having not been to a live game in ages, what are your thoughts on Norton Cuffy? He don't rate him at the moment. Feels like he's erratic. But what are your thoughts on that, Ken?
Well, I think from what I've seen of him, I think he's a good young player. He's obviously got talent, but he's only young, and he can be a bit erratic. He's going to make mistakes, which he will do. A bit like Ben Sheaf when he first came. He made a few mistakes. Everybody was on his back. You can see the lad's got talent, but he's probably needs another season or so. Maybe he's been thrown in. He's never played that many games, I don't think, at this level. So the jury's still out on him, isn't he? Really, but he's obviously got talent. But it takes time for youngsters to settle in sometimes. And if he's playing for a club like Arsenal, then obviously they rate him quite highly. So, they wouldn't have him there otherwise, would they? And they've sent him out on loan to get experience, which is what he's doing. And I think he's only going to get better. He's only a young lad. He's going to make mistakes. Say a bit like Ben Sheaf when he came in, he made a lot of mistakes. But look at him now; he's fantastic. Fans love him, and I think if he can sort his, he seems to go forward quite a lot, attacking wise, defensive wise. He's probably a little bit erratic and makes the wrong decision or plays the wrong ball sometimes. But I'm sure the coaching staff here will coach that out of him eventually. And we've got to it's one of them we've got to bear with, haven't we? And I think personally, I don't know about you, Claudia. What do you think about Cuffy?
He's hot and cold, isn't it? At the minute, he'll do a great little run, and then he'll put a ball over which will hit the Fosal Road or something. He's he did for the goal last home match where he won the ball in midfield and Hamer pushed it through, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did a little run there and won the ball, played it, nice little short pass. But him and Esbram are very similar, aren't they? I mean, he had a decent game Saturday, I thought, actually. It's difficult because they've only just come into our club. I mean, we don't even know if he'll be here next year. It's so difficult. And we're expecting, I mean, he was at Rotherham, wasn't he, Cuffy? Is that right? He was at Rotherham before he came to us?
He was. He was.
They're not playing the sort of football we play, that's for sure.
I think that's the thing, isn't it, with these young wing backs, especially that. It's been the same every time, isn't it? Like you go back to that Dujon Sterling, Sam McCullum, even like Maatsen last season. They're young and they're never going to come in flying because they're still learning the game, aren't they? And I think that it's the same with both Norton Cuffy and Wilson Asbran. They have only been here for a few games, especially because Wilson Asbran managed to get himself sent off. He's played even less games, hasn't he? So I think it's a bit harsh to be judging them so early because they need time to settle into the way we play. They need experience, and I think, like you said, they both have obviously got like talent and are obviously rated by two big clubs in the country with Arsenal and Man City. So they've got something about them, haven't they? And I think I thought Wilson had a good game on Saturday. I thought he really grew into it, and I think it'd be interesting to see how they grow as the season just tapers out. And I think, like we said earlier, it's just nice to see these young kids growing with us, really. So
you mentioned Maatsen there.
Yeah,
Burnley fans have been raving about Maatsen, and I'm thinking he's not even your player. The chances are he'll be somewhere else next season.
That's it.
Chelsea probably won't want him in the Premier League playing for Burnley.
Yeah.
I just think some of their better players are actually loan players. I think, did they sign Teller? Or was he a loan player as well? I can't remember if they signed big money for him.
I can't remember whether they did or not, to be fair. I'm not sure.
It's so confusing. You think, he's a great player, and you look at, he's on loan. Oh, another one's on loan.
It's
weird.
Well, that's another. It is, because he'll go back, and we don't know. He doesn't probably know where he's going to be playing next year, does he? Because I don't think he's going to get in. I don't think he's going to get in the Chelsea side. He may do. I don't know. I doubt it very much. And he might go out on loan to another club. You don't know. Whether he can, go up that next level to the Premier League, you don't know, do you? Players.
Some of these players, I think, they've been a professional. They've got their professional contract, and they've probably spent 6 seasons on loan, even though they're still a Chelsea player.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's probably a discussion for another time, but to me, it's a wrong kind of system. Basically, it's all these big clubs holding that. We've got the monopoly on all these players.
Chelsea just swamped up and bought anyone that got any promise, don't they? So Chelsea just go around look at anyone that's got any promise that's young, snap them all up, and then get everyone else to train them up, don't they?
They have no intention of ever playing half of these players in their team. No. But all they're doing is stopping the other clubs from buying them.
Yeah.
3 seasons ago, I think Chelsea and Man City had 44 players out on loan.
Yeah.
Which is an incredible number. I mean, we had 3 at our club, I think.
Yeah, we did actually. Yeah.
It has helped, hasn't it? Chelsea have helped us.
They have, to be fair. They have.
They're our feeder club.
If we could get a proper deal going, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah.
It would, yeah.
Well, it would be if you got a regular source of players coming through, but especially top quality ones.
Kelsey Palmer is a Chelsea product, isn't he, originally?
Yeah.
Originally, yeah, because Eddie Vivas knows him, doesn't he, from his Chelsea
Darbo as well.
Yeah, Darbo. Yeah. There's quite a few of them, isn't there, when you look back? Sky Blue Sam's, Cuffy and JWE will get better, more time their training players. Is absolutely correct there. Sky Blue Sam, dead on there. Bit lightweight from what I've seen watching the live matches on iFollow. That's regarding Cuffy, and maybe both of them probably can be in that category, I think. But as I say, they will get better. I personally think they'll get better. Both them players will get better as the season goes on, and we'll certainly need them because, as you know, we haven't got a big squad as it is, and we may need them, and they may end up being a hero, mightn't they? Before the end of the season, you don't know. They might score the winning goal in a semi-final or something. You don't know what come on, and we don't know what's ahead of us. Do we? So we can't really prejudge people yet, but certainly from what I've seen of them, I think they've got potential, and they're only going to get better because they're only young lads. And
they both try as well, aren't they? They both try. They turn up and try. And I think at the end of the day, that's like, as long as the players trying, I can forgive pretty much anything else. If they turn up and they put 100% behind the shirt, then I can forgive most of the things. It's the players that turn up and just like wander around that they don't care, that you can't put up with, isn't it?
Yeah. Feta also says Telly's on loan from Southampton, I believe. That's correct.
There you go.
Before we go to a competition, we've got a competition to announce in a minute. I just want to say this comment about Neil Warnock. Apparently, have you seen this? Did he not give us any credit whatsoever? I don't know. I haven't seen the post-match comments from him. What did he say then?
He basically said that Huddersfield were the better team.
Yeah,
they were the better team. You can't say Coventry with this and that when we gave him the ball. It was
really,
just absolutely no. I mean, he'd been better off just saying it was a bad day at the office for us. The better team won, but now whether or not he said the same thing in the changing room might be different. But I've seen some of his videos behind the scenes. But he didn't give us any credit whatsoever, and basically said it was Huddersfield who were the better side. I mean, you don't lose 4-0.
No, they looked absolutely awful.
That's the show. I mean, I didn't actually think we looked the best that we've ever looked. I thought, we never had to really get out a second gear, did we?
No, you always got the impression we could go one further, couldn't we?
No,
if we wanted to.
I was on Season the other week, and after the Rotherham game, and I sort of said, I expected us to beat them because you look at their position in the table, we are a better team than them. And you looked at that game on Saturday, and I thought the same. I thought, well, look at their position. We've been there. When teams are down the bottom, you're down there because of a reason. Is you're not good enough to get wins, and we are good enough to get wins, and we're just a better team than Huddersfield. And it looked like it from minute one, to be honest. I mean, they had a couple of half chances, and they fluffed them basically, and it just.
Warnock said they didn't have to work very hard. And I thought,
that's.
Well, I suppose that's true to a degree, but that's not our fault. We beat what was put in front of us, didn't we?
And that's all you can do. That's all you can do at the end of the day.
I agree with Sky Blue Sammy. Huddersfield were even the worst that we've played at the CVS. I believe that they're the worst team we played all season.
They looked
absolutely
awful
Saturday.
To me. Yeah.
Something's gone completely.
They're down. They are. I think they're going down. I can't see them.
I know.
I didn't see the attitude. I didn't see the fight. There was no fight. There was no. As soon as they went 1-0 down, there was
even their fans were walking out, weren't they? I mean, what's that about?
1-0 down, the fans were leaving. It just didn't. There was no grit. There was no fight. There was no determination from them. And Warnock's comments were sort of, whatever, mate. You got no eyebrows and you got no eyelashes and you've got no sideburns. So sort your life out and time to retire again. I think
it's interesting them walking out because when we played Wrexham, I mean, there's a few went, but not many. And I know in the past, the half the ground would have gone the way things are going against Wrexham.
Yeah, over the years.
We nearly got the game back, didn't we?
Yeah. I think if the game would have gone on for another 10 minutes, we would have maybe gone on and won that game.
Exactly. Whereas
because their legs had gone.
On Saturday, that's just terrible, isn't it? With half an hour to go, we know like against Swansea with half an hour to go. You never know in football. It doesn't take much to get back into a game.
Especially as being a Cov fan, we definitely know that we cannot.
Absolutely.
Whoever made the comment about hearing the familiar accents, I've got a friend of mine. I don't know if I should admit this online. He lives in Sunderland. He's a Sunderland season ticket holder, and he passed me on to his dad on the phone. He's been going to watch Sunderland for years. His dad's in his 80s, so he remembers Coventry coming to Highfield Road when we beat them in '63 in the cup run. It was giant killing on our behalf. So I was talking to him, and then I got a message from his son saying, "Oh, my dad's just said, oh, isn't he very la-di-da?" And I thought, no, you got such an awful accent, mate.
He's got a shocking accent. That was Sue Smith drones, that was.
He sent me a video of them. I meant to put it online. 15 minutes before the end of all the Sunderland fans, and he was one of them walking out the stadium. Thousands of them on Saturday.
Well, there you go. That just shows you, didn't it? I mean, they had another great result, didn't they, Sunderland at the weekend?
It's a weird division, isn't it? Because a few weeks ago we was it 6 points behind the Baggies?
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, we've let them go ahead again, and now we've gone ahead of them now. It's just a mad division. So,
it just proves anybody can beat anybody. We've said it many times. Yeah. It's such competitive out there. It's not a surprise when you see the bottom team beating the top team, is it really? Because anybody can beat anybody on the day in this league. It's just that crazy. Right, okay. I think we've got a competition, Miles, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whoever's out there watching this evening, we have one fantastic competition for you. Now, we only had 4 entries the other night. I want more than 4 entries for this one, please, because this is definitely worth more than 4 entries. Now, if you're not one of the 3,797 fans going to Blackpool on the 18th of March, we have 2 tickets. Yes, I have them in my hand. Look at this. I've got 2 tickets to this, the Neville Staple concert, and he will be supported by Roddy and the Radiations and the Scarbilly Rebels at the Rialto Plaza on March the 18th, 2023. So that's this year. That's only in a couple of weeks' time. And the doors open from 7:30. And we've been given 2 tickets. They are in my hand. We can't go. We can't use them. We've got them for you, our fans out there who can't make it to Blackpool. We'll be staying in Blackpool all weekend, but you can have these 2 tickets. Now, going across the bottom of the screen is the question. So if you look at the ticker, this is email only. Okay, so this is email entry only. Please do not enter on Facebook or Twitter because we can't collate everyone's details. It's too complicated. So we want to use the email. The question is, when it comes across the bottom of the screen, so I can remember it, it will be... Wait for it. Here it comes. So the competition question is, what band did Neville Staple join after leaving the Specials? So that is, what band did Neville Staple join after leaving the Specials? Send your answers to info@skybluefanstv.co.uk. That is info@skybluefanstv.co.uk. So it is, what band did Neville Staple join after he left the Specials? That is to win 2 tickets. They're here in my hand. You can have them. We're going to run the competition for 2 weeks. So we'll announce the winner. No, we won't. We'll announce it next Sunday, won't we? Because we won't be able to deliver them, will we? Because we'll be going away on the Friday. So we'll have to announce the winner next Sunday. So you've got 7 days to get your entries in. So that is, what band did Neville Staple join after the Specials? Please send your entries to info@skybluefanstv.co.uk. And if you are watching this on repeat and after the closing date, you will not be able to enter. But if you do want to, please do. It's going to be a fantastic night. And we know it's going to be good because Ken and I met Neville.
We did.
Christine today, and it was a fantastic day down at the Two-Tone Museum. It was brilliant, weren't it, Ken?
It was, and a little clue to that competition. When Miles did interview him today, he did mention that so-called other band, didn't he? I believe in the conversation.
He did.
So,
yes, he did.
So if you listen back to it, then you may, or watch back to it, depending on what device you're on, you can watch it or listen on Spotify or whatever. You'll find the answer. So there you go.
2 tickets.
Yeah, and we've got some photos from today at the Two-Tone Village, Miles.
Yes, we have. Oh, we've already got an entry coming already. That's fantastic. It's just popped up on the bottom of my screen. I like the new computer. It's dead
I've just seen it. Yeah, I've just seen it.
and another one's coming.
Another one.
Another one.
Right.
So we went to the Two-Tone Village today. Look, here we are. Outside, it was really good. And then inside, we sat in the Ghost Town car. Look at us, we look like two big kids at a sweet shop. But we thought we'd put some Dillon's Brewery Ghost Town beer up there because there's an event coming on as well. I don't know if anyone wants to go to this. I will plug this one as well. Suki, who runs the shop down there, is doing a fantastic day on the 19th of March. They're having a load of, I think, 300 scooters are coming along.
Yeah, that's right.
From the British, 300 scooters are coming along on the 19th of March. That is Terry Hall's birthday, and they're having a fundraiser for Terry Hall's charity, and that is on the 19th of March. So you could go to the competition, so you can go to the concert the night before, and then you can go to the Two-Tone Village and enjoy some entertainment on the 19th of March for Terry Hall Memorial, and it's going to be fantastic. Over 300 mopeds and that are going to be up there, and the road's going to be closed, so they're all going to be out on the streets up Ball Hill. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. If you haven't been, it's brilliant, isn't it, Ken? I mean, it's absolutely out of this world, isn't it, really?
It is fantastic. I mean, I couldn't believe the amount of memorabilia and stuff in there, all about not just the specials and Two-Tone, it's about Coventry as well as the city, wasn't it? Loads of stuff in there, things I didn't even know existed were in there. It's too much to explain on here what was in there. There's all sorts of stuff in there, from guitars to records to benches. There's a bench in there from John Lennon and Yoko Ono, isn't there? Remember we were a bit about that on there, and a bench that Yoko Ono sat on apparently, and that's in there. There's some amazing stuff in there, really, and you really need to go down there to the village in Ball Hill. It's fantastic. From the outside, you don't realise how big it is. There's a shop there, there's a cafe there if you want a bite to eat. There's a museum. You go in and have a look at all the stuff. Of course, there's the car that me and Miles sat in earlier. We've got the pictures of. You can go and have your photos. Have your photos.
I've got to show you this. This is ace.
Oh yes, you got a little two-tone bear.
Two-tone bear. Look, he's got a little tie and everything. Look. Check that. And then and we got a fridge magnet.
Yes, we did. Yeah, fridge magnet. Yeah, we did. Two-tone Coventry City fridge magnet. But it really is good. I mean, there's so many. Yeah, you got to watch back. It really is fascinating. I was amazed. I hadn't really been. I've only seen it from the outside previously. I hadn't really been have a good look round. But when you have a good look round up there, really, I mean, this is some of the stuff you find. Like you'll see it all on the video, but some fantastic stuff in there, and there's a lot about Coventry City and stuff in there as well. So I say, we haven't got the time on here to explain everything, but you'd have to go yourself really, because there's so much stuff to look at there, from records to everything two-tone that you could possibly want to buy or wish to have or own is in that shop. Believe me, spent a lot of time, and it's real. And it's even the karaoke machine, isn't there? Miles in there. I had to go on the karaoke. There's some drums and some guitars. There's all sorts of stuff in there. It really is fantastic. It was absolutely brilliant.
Watch the video. Listen to Neville and also Christine. They're really excited for the concert. It's their first concert back after about a 4-month break. They wanted to do it in Coventry to make everyone welcome again and get excited about their tour. They're going to be going on tour, and also they mentioned that they're meant to be going to America next year. They're just trying to sort the visas out and everything, so that's going to be amazing as well. But we also spoke to Pete Chambers. That was a fascinating story, talking to us about
fascinating
Terry
guy. He's
Hall
got a
and-
lot of
and
knowledge, hasn't
different-
he? A lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
Really
Just
lovely
really
guy.
good. So watch the video back. It's well worth it. We went up this afternoon, and Neville and Christine are fantastic, and Pete Chambers, and thank you to Suki for sorting it out and that, and thank you to Neville and Christine and Pete Chambers, and the staff as well were fantastic. They had a little interview with us. But yeah, if you haven't been, get up the Two Tone Village. It's well worth a little visit.
Yeah, that's fine. Carvan, just a couple of.
Remember when we launched the two-tone kit?
Yes.
Oh, so when we launched the two-tone kit, I was on the pitch that day at St Andrews with the supporters club. They're sponsoring the game, and Neville was there that day. It was that was good fun, and we lost 1-0. I think we'd only lost 3 games at St Andrews, and that was one of them.
That was one of them.
It was on telly and everything.
They do mention about the kit, didn't they, Mars? Because you asked them about the kit, didn't you? They did have an input on that kit, and when they designed it and when they bought it out. So they do explain that in the video, don't they? In the interview that you had with them, that we were talking about the two-tone kit and how popular it was. So they had a real big input in that kit as well before it came out. So that's great. I mean, if we can all pay a visit to there. I don't know if have you been there, Victoria, yet? Two-Tone Village?
No, not yet. No. I will go there. Yeah.
But you need to go. Have you been down there, Claudia, yet? Have you been down there yet? Claudia, have you been down to the Two-Tone Village?
I've not been in it. No, I've been around it, but not in it.
Yeah. You need to go in it. It's fantastic. I couldn't believe it. Can't believe how big it is in there. There's so many rooms and little little alcoves of stuff. It's unbelievable, really. The amount of stuff they've managed to cram in there. It's just amazing. I just got a couple of comments. We've got loads of comments coming in while we were chatting away about the two-tone. Cov Andy, I've been in Pompey for 32 years. This is what you were saying, Claudia, about accents. And they say I sound like a Brummie. Come home and my old mates say they don't sound posh now. No, Claudia's gone.
Back in a minute.
He'll be back in a minute. He's obviously having problems with his internet. We had a couple of issues with the internet down at the village today, but that was only because we were moving from room to room, and they've got different internet connections in each room. So we did get cut off on a couple of occasions. Miles is going on the beach, building sandcastles in Blackpool. Miles, is that right? That's Glenn.
And where am I going the following week? Your caravan where? Skegness.
Oh, in Skegness, yes. Skegness.
I'll go Skegness the following week. I'll have to keep my bucket and spade in the car, won't
I? Night out in Blackpool on the sherbets for me, PUSB. Absolutely fantastic.
2 nights. Yeah. 2 nights.
2 nights, yes. Luke Carter, miss you guys. 5 minutes at the finish. Oh, so Luke was there. So he missed
Luke.
That's a shame. We could have had a chat. Fetty D says he might do a Lady Godiva, but on a donkey in Blackpool if we beat them that weekend. Well, Fetty D, that would be a sight, wouldn't it?
No, Feta, no. Keep your clothes on, mate. I'm sure Kimberly wouldn't like
that. Glenn said they might stay over in Blackpool if we win. Well, we are staying over. Absolutely. Carmate,
did you know they've doubled the prices of the hotels because they know there's 4,000 of us going up there?
They have. Every time you get that sort of event, something like Liverpool with the Eurovision Song Contest, some of the hotels up there have like tripled their price apparently.
Are you going?
No, I've just heard it on the radio. I'm not thing I wouldn't go to, but you're going
to the Eurovision Song Contest.
Not at £1,000. £1,000 a night to stay in Liverpool. I mean, that's ridiculous. Just to watch the European Song Contest. Come on, you get a better view.
You wouldn't want to drive. You wouldn't want to drive up there anyway. You wouldn't have any wheels left.
No, exactly. Ridiculous. I mean, that's what hotels do, don't they? It's supply and demand, isn't it? If there's a big event coming up, or there's a lot of people booking all of a sudden, then the prices go up. Yeah. Mick Davenport. I can't make the concert either. I'll be watching Mars on live on Pepsi Max, Martin. Are you going on the Pepsi Max?
On the Sunday, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to line up about 6 or 7 different streams for this weekend because it's just going to be mental, isn't it? I think we're going to have to do live streams from different pubs that we go in throughout the day over the
whoever's
weekend. And just,
not drunk enough, yes.
Yeah, and just do it that way. I think it's just going to be YouTube's going to be like pinging up. Whoever's subscribed is going to go ping, ping, another one. But yeah, I'm going to try and live stream off the Pepsi Max. Why not? Give it a go.
Well, that'll be a bit unique. Luke Carter, it's got my Kilcline print from there today. So we didn't just miss you, Luke. We were there for quite a while, so it's a bit unfortunate we just missed you. That's a shame. Miles, you're going to be on the 2p machines at the arcades, yes? You can't beat a bit of
love a 2p machine.
Yeah, you can't beat
that. Not in Blackpool. I might come back with more than COVID on my hands.
No, I remember this sports shop actually. Luke Carter got my first kit from across the road. It used to be Tony Britton's.
It was Andy Blair's. It was Andy Blair's shop.
Blair?
No,
Yeah,
Tony
Andy
Britton. I think it was
No,
Tony
it was Tony Britton's.
Tony Britton.
Was it?
It was,
I
wasn't
thought
it,
it was
Victoria?
Andy Blair's.
Yeah, me and Ken grew up in that area. We know, don't we, Ken?
Yes, definitely Tony Britton's.
Tony Britton's.
Andy Blair's got one in. Andy Blair's got one in Camden, I believe, hasn't he? And
Camden,
Cannon Park.
That's Tony Britton's. Sorry, got that wrong.
I don't remember it. You don't get many independent sports shops these days either, because I remember it because it had all the kits in there, didn't it? From nearly every kit you wanted, it was in there. It used to be Andy Blair's shop. It said Scarby Fans TV, but no, it's not. It's not. Andy
Blair's that was shop. Me. I
was that you put that on?
Yeah. Sorry.
Right, Suki's shop. Now, is that? Can you confirm this, Miles? What was the opening times for the village, Two-Tone Village?
Oh, when?
Well, is it open just weekends? Is it open during the week?
Oh, so it's Thursday to Sundays.
Thursday,
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah.
So if you want to go down there, you've got to do it Thursday,
10
Friday,
till
Saturday.
4. I think it's 10 till 4, and then the museum shuts a little bit earlier on the Sunday. But the 19th, I think, is going to be open all day because they've got some special event going on for Terry. So it'll be open all through the day, really, on the Sunday with all the mopeds going up and everything. So if you haven't got anything to do on Mother's Day, you want to take your mum up there? Take your mum up there.
Absolutely.
So, I'm sure she'll enjoy looking around the pets.
Mick Davenport's obviously looked back at the video he was watching live today. He said it was a great video. Thanks, lads. Really enjoyed the video, says Glenn. Hidden gem in Coventry. Absolutely. Definitely a hidden gem because there's all sorts of stuff in there you wouldn't believe. Honestly, it was amazing the amount of stuff that's in there. Can't wait. It'll be epic, especially if we get positive results for Hull and Wigan. Well, going back to the Blackpool game, absolutely, Glenn. It's going to be fantastic. And I believe at Blackpool, we have the whole side of the ground, don't we, Miles? Is that right?
I think it's the whole stand. Yeah,
a bit like Notts County was that memorable night in Nottingham.
That's right. And tomorrow there's another 303 tickets going on sale. So good luck with
I was about to remind you on that.
Trying to grab those tickets, Yeah,
anybody who hasn't got a ticket, get online tomorrow morning. I think from 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock. There's another 300 tickets going on sale. So those who haven't got them and you're struggling to get a ticket to Blackpool, which I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who haven't got a ticket and want one, then get back online tomorrow because there are a few more tickets going on sale. Ian Courts, Davis's was a great sports shop.
Oh, that was brilliant. That was in the lower precinct, wasn't it?
That was, yes. I remember that. Yeah.
Well, they moved to the lower precinct. They were down Hertford Street originally, weren't they?
They were.
Yeah, and then I remember buying a pair of Adidas Ivan Lendl. An Ivan Lendl t-shirt from Davis. Yeah. When I used to play tennis a lot, I used to love Ivan Lendl.
Did you get a fridge magnet? Yes, he did. I can answer that question for you. He did get a fridge magnet, definitely.
And me bear.
And his bear. He's got a fantastic bear as well. Are we back with us, Claudio? You've had a few technical issues.
Can you hear us? What's going on there? Went all a bit weird. 5 minutes.
Like that. Are you making the trip to Blackpool? Are you lucky one that's got a ticket?
No, I'm not going.
You're not going to Blackpool? No?
No, I'm not going to Blackpool.
You're not going to Blackpool. Victoria, are you going to Blackpool?
Unfortunately, no.
No, I wasn't because I got the commitments, but I really feel like I'm going to be gutted to miss it, so I'm going to see what I can do.
You might make arrangements. You might try and squeeze it in.
I might try and see if I can squeeze a ticket tomorrow morning and then see if I can fit it in. So, I don't know. But at the minute I'm not due to be going now. And
of course, I'm going because I'm staying in the same hotel as Miles. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad. But,
it'll be entertaining if nothing else.
I'll put up with you once. I'm sure I can put up with you in Blackpool.
Well, yeah. I mean, we spent a few days in Spain together, and that was a nice sunshine. I don't think it'll be as warm as it was in Spain.
I just want to say I can't believe that we had Preston. Now we're off to Wigan, and then 4 days later, we're off to blooming Blackpool. Same route all the way. It's unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, who would have thought that?
A lot of them. We seem to be heading up north now all the time, don't we?
Yeah.
And then the first week, I think it's the first week of April, we're up there again for Blackburn. Have a word.
Yeah.
Midweek
got out the hotel.
again.
Mick Davenport says, "Got out the hotel owners."
There's 12 of us in the hotel.
12 of us. Same room, top and tail. No, unfortunately, I'm not in the same room. And it's certainly not top and tail. No, we've got our own rooms. So no, that's the answer to that. Okay, well, we've overrun, I'm afraid, but who cares? We've been enjoying ourselves about the Sky Blues 4-0 win over Huddersfield, and we've plenty to talk about. Two-Tone Village competition. It's just reminded of the competition, Miles, before we go.
Yep, so the competition is to win 2 tickets for the 18th of March to the Neville Staple. Oh, where's my poster? Oh no, better put that up, mightn't I? I'm not very good tonight, am I? There you go. So the Neville Staples, his own band from the Specials. He will be supported by Roddy Radiation, so that's another special. Yeah, so he was in the Specials as well. 2 specials on the same night. He will be on stage, and the Scarbilly Rebels will be there as well. Saturday, the 18th of March, 2023, at the Rialto Plaza, Coventry. Doors open at 7:30. We have 2 tickets. All you got to do is enter the competition online on our email address. And the competition question will be, who did Neville Staple join after he left the Specials? Please email us at info@skybluefanstv.co.uk. That is info@skybluefanstv.co.uk. What band did Neville Staple join after the Specials? There is a clue on this afternoon's stream. You can go back and watch it. We interviewed Neville and keep forgetting everyone now. Anyway, we interviewed Neville this afternoon, and Christine. That's it, Christine. Sorry, Christine, if you're listening. We interviewed them this afternoon, and we had a great time this afternoon. It was just good fun. So yeah, join that, and then if you can all join in with this as well, please.
Yeah.
On the 11th of March, Hull City at home. 88th minute applause, please, for Ted Barrants, who passed away sadly the other week. His funeral was on Monday last week. If we can all, stand up, give him a round of applause. If you could all send it into the football club, I have sent it into the football club today. They haven't replied. Obviously, they're very busy at the moment. But if you could all just spam email them and get them out there, or tweet them and share it, that would be fantastic. It is on our Twitter page. If you can please share that around all the Cov City fans, that would be fantastic as well, please, if you don't mind. But yeah,
okay,
that's everything. Last comments?
Yeah, a couple of comments. Luke Carter, great show, lads. Thank you very much, Luke. Mick Davenport, great show tonight, everybody. Feta D, great show tonight. Bring on Hull City next Saturday. Claudio, can you see anything but a Sky Blue victory on Saturday? What do you think against Hull, Claudio?
5 in a row. It'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm going for 5, 6, and 7 in a row. I think the next 3 games.
You're frozen then. I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think we're going to win our next 3. I'm convinced.
Right. Okay. Really? Victoria?
Why not?
Can we win our next 3?
Well, I think that why not? Why not? I think we've hit form at just the right time, really, haven't we? So
yeah,
I think why not?
Why not?
Why not? Indeed. At the end of the day, really, now every fixture to the end of the season is winnable if we play to the best of our ability, isn't it? So
Yeah.
Let's see where we can take it. Really, there's no reason why we couldn't be a bit like that. The season of the year when we were going up from League One, where we barely lost any games all season, and we hit that bit of form. No reason why we can't do that again. And even it might make that last game of the season interesting against Middlesbrough, mightn't it? Because that could be a real key.
Well, that's what, when you look at the fixtures on paper, they all look beatable until you come to that last one against Middlesbrough.
That's a hard one, isn't
maybe
it?
That's a hard one. But then you think, well, they may have it wrapped up second place.
Yeah.
I think they'll go up second place. I do. I think they're in form.
Yeah.
I think them and Burnley.
And it's frozen now. Everyone's freezing. I reckon the next 3 games.
Hello, we lost connection there. Miles, you still with us?
Yeah, the next 3 games are key for me. I'm on the same. I think we'll go and win these 3 games. I really do. I just think there's something magical happening.
Everybody's freezing. Probably going on too long.
Seem to be the team in form. I think we'll go on and win these next 3 games. It's massive.
Well, also with the Robins, when it really matters, like it was a bit like that last season before we broke up for COVID, and we had that really hard month where we were playing like Sunderland, Ipswich, and everyone was like, "Oh, we won't win enough games, and so we'll blow it." And we went and won every game, didn't we? We were like, we really hit form.
Yeah.
And I think under Robins, we do that. He has got something about him that makes. Like, we might occasionally be frustrated and have silly games like Luton away where we get thrashed and you're like, oh, so frustrating. But when it really matters, most of the times in the Robins, I don't know what he does, but somehow he can draw those results out. So I feel like we could really get sneak out the next 3 games and then see where that leaves us. So it's exciting times, isn't it? Exciting times.
Yeah.
But I think Ken's frozen again.
Yes. So what we're going to do, I'll fill in for him. So what we're going to do now, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you've really enjoyed yourselves. Oh, it is back. Go on, you.
I'm back. I don't know. We've got technical issues. I don't know. We're probably going on yabbiting too long. We have been on the air for quite a long time.
We've broke the internet.
We've gone past the record. 1 minute 43. My God. Right. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. Victoria, thank you very much as always. Claudio, thank you very much as always for coming on tonight.
I'll see you Tuesday.
And Miles, thank you see you Tuesday at the Fans Forum. Don't forget, everybody, if you've got a ticket, it is a sellout, by the way. So if you haven't got a ticket now, unfortunately, you won't be able to go. But we will be recording the event, and you will be able to watch it later on the stream. So hopefully you can join us. If you can, we'll see you Tuesday. If not, I'll be back Thursday for Thursday night show. And we can discuss everything that happened on Tuesday at the Fans Forum. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks for all your messages. A very good night to you all. Play up Sky Blues.
Thanks, Sky Blues.
Play up Sky Blues.